Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire. It's busy. We're looking at Oxford. There's our bypass line heading over the West Coast main line, perhaps. Sure, we've got plenty of money in the bank. This playthrough isn't finished until we've purchased Doc's company from underneath him. We have a large portion of his company at the moment. There we go. 82%. We are approaching 1 billion. Could we just, buy some now? There we go, 83%. We had a suggestion down in the comments that not only do we finish without competitors, we also are debt-free. So that is the plan. I'm up for the challenge and we'll do that. Our playthrough in this scenario is not complete until we are debt-free and competitor-free. Talking of competitors, I didn't see this happen, but Doc has had a cheeky little purchase down at Leeds. Do we have? We do. We have an auctioneer. So this is lovely and perfect timing. He cannot bid for his own company. So we're free to just take it from underneath him and change it to something we would like there, which will probably be either newspapers or paper. Paper and newspapers was something that we didn't do much of. We have paper up in Middlesbrough now, and Nottingham is also going to make paper, so it makes perfect sense that Leeds has a newspaper. Where is newspapering? Publishing. That's newspapering. Yes. Let's try publishing. We'll have it, sort of downtownish, and then along the river near the station. Makes sense, doesn't it? Perfect. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, it was a little more expensive than it should have been, but we recovered. Let's make sure he doesn't have anything else in our cities. He doesn't. We're good. We'll keep an eye on growth. There's just a lot to keep an eye on, isn't there? It's going to be a mission, especially to be debt-free as well as without competitors, because Doc's shares are ridiculous, and we have well over 100 million in debt. Well, a quick stop there, because I saw plenty of growth happening. Oxford, that's an easy one. You get a museum, and that will help you grow, and in turn will make us some money. And Nottingham, as I mentioned, they will be also making some paper, which is perfect timing as we've just sorted out Leeds. So they'll be getting paper from both Middlesbrough and Nottingham now. It'll also fix the train we had with no suitable freight, which is heading from our station over here that does both cement and wood. So there we go. That's the last time that train will have the big X over it. And indeed, it's probably time to duplicate him now. There we go. Should we buy a bit more in the way of shares? I would love the analyst. I feel like I'm echoing there a little bit. I'm just hoping the game hears me at some point. There we go. Lots of logs to Nottingham. Beautiful. We can up that as well. I do want to be a little careful on how much we spend, because it would be lovely. There was a lot of breakdowns just there. Oh, it's weather. Yeah, there we go. That can happen. You can get breakdowns due to weather. Bad storms. But anyway, yes. What was I saying? I was distracted by the exclamation point army over there due to bad weather. But basically, we've got to make a load of money, haven't we? So when we expand, we'll be concentrating on profit over supply, I would say. Meaning any food-only deliveries will have refrigerator cars on. So we're taking less actual goods, but making more money. That's more trips. And we're not done with this line either. This little branch line. We're going to make use of that in a couple of ways, and be able to branch off it to both Bath to get to the warehouse over there. What did we get? Who did we get? We got a conductor. We'll be using all of these. Oh yeah, Oxford could get an upgraded sawmill now, can't it? There we go. A bit more wood. We have 2 trains running from Birmingham and Oxford to our warehouse. What's the other thing going to be here? What are you going to make? I mean, they have a decent amount of things in there. I guess they could make cheese, right? We could hook this in this way. They can head out that way to go direct into Oxford. And then we could bring, I guess, milk in there as well. It wouldn't be a terrible idea. We'll probably need more trains dropping off milk as well. Cheese, definitely. Let's get cheese ready. Oh, I know what could go in here. Spam, oddly. But bear with me. We've got a lot of large cities growing. If we have a connection, we've got this little branch line that was never finished. It's like real life, isn't it? And Peterborough could actually access this in a fairly neat way without going through Northampton using this little branch we were partially building. Oxford can get into Warehouse 4 if we also branch into this line here. It won't be the prettiest of connections, but it should work. And let's make sure Bishopsgate has enough... Oh, it doesn't. Has enough fish and grain, I was going to say. Has plenty of wood. Not enough fish and grain. They're probably using an awful lot of it. How many do we have running? A lot. But they're obviously not carrying enough. So let's fill another train's worth up. That is not worth having as a refrigerated unit on there. We've got plenty going on in Norwich. They're not getting enough apples, oddly. They're definitely not getting enough wood, which is amazing since we have X number of trains running that. How many is that? 6? 6 trains! I tell you what, it's not 6, is it? It is 7. Oh dear, are you running out of logs? Because you've got a lot heading out of there. No, and you're not even max. Are we running out of fish? Not even close. Are we running out of apples? No, we're not. We probably just need a second train running down there, don't we? Do we have signalling? We do. Oh, no, we don't. That's a mess. Get rid of that. Get rid of the signal after the junction. Now that's tidy. Right, let's duplicate this train because we're not getting enough apples. And that should be that sorted. There we go. Some more grain, some more apples. Little tweaks here and there around our network. I mean, this one, money over supply, refrigerated unit. We're taking grain, we're taking apples. We'll stick a conductor on there. No, we won't. We'll stick a stoker on there. How are we doing down this way? I noticed we turned around over at the maintenance yard. We've got a train running out there that's running into, I think it's not Bishopsgate. What's this station? Yeah, Kensington Olympia. But I prefer to start filtering our trains and keep things moving. Let's just take a look at this route. We'd be better off, since this is going to get busier and busier, and we will bring Southampton into play. We'll be better off routing this through the yard that way. So after the manor, could you go that way, please? And then after Kensington, head back the other way. This is tidier for me. We're not turning around anywhere. No spies. We don't need any more spies. There we go. Tidied up there. Security guard. We will take as many security guards as we can possibly get. In fact, do we have any short routes that could utilize a security guard? Yes. What's that? Train loading. Okay, good. Yeah, you can wait as long as you want. That's fine. Security guard. Perfect. You do not cheese off our existing members of staff on that train. I would like a way to get to Southampton from our Bishopsgate over there. Oh, yes. Do you know, actually, buy this. I hope you don't get involved. Mr. Doc, you didn't. Lovely. Well, that turned out rather cheap, didn't it? What we'll do then is get us a... Well, yeah, just go large. Why not? And get us some cement into London. Let's extend that line out just a little bit so we can make a tidy junction. Spin you round at 1% to our new station. Love the embankment we've got going on there. There should be plenty of room for a supply tower as well. This is what it's going to be about from this point forward. Adding easy connections to increase our income. And we'll need a maintenance yard on you. I've got to check our new stations actually. Well, do it after you've set this line up. It could be making us money by heading. Shouldn't you be able to get into London? Beautiful. Yeah, I'm not sure London gets any cement. Freight only. Wait until full because I doubt you'll be running constantly. And we'll stick an engineer on you. Why not? Who did we get? An auctioneer. Do you know? Let's stick one of those in our pockets because they're very handy, aren't they? Especially since I miss Doc buying stuff occasionally. We're doing okay. Did I ever set up a line from Brighton and, for that matter, Dover into Warehouse 4? Because that was the long-term plan. I don't think I did I? No, we don't have anything going in there. Right. Warehouse 4 is going to get a connection. Do you know? I like it. That way we could go from Dover and branch underneath. We don't have enough tunnels around here, so let's do some tunneling under the main lines heading out. 2% is lovely. Will this swing round nicely? It's not terrible, is it? If we can get that super tidy, there we go, 4%, 2%, that's rather nice, isn't it? What a lovely little bypass. They are supposed to be supplying our warehouse up here. I will probably need to move that supply tower a little away from the junction there, but we have a little room. There's not anything using it. It's not overly important. Right, get you signalled up down there. We will need a supply tower on this brand new line. That's a lovely bypass, isn't it? Perhaps we can move object in use. Yeah, well, actually, you empty. You are. Perfect. Go reset. No, reset. So we can make a bit of money sooner. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure what you're doing there with the signals, but that's lovely. Let's move that back just a touch. That keeps it away from the junction. Let's re-signal up over at this junction. We only need 3 signals for a junction, which is 2 emerging lines. Should we get a train running from Dover? They're going to be taking some paper all the way to that warehouse. So we'll start them from Dover and then head off into the warehouse. We'll just run them without waiting. They can put as much on as they like. Do we have enough trains running into Dover? I'm going to say we don't. So we're going to double up on those. And that gives us 4 now running from Dover to the logging place, which is also a fish place. The logging fish. We have only 2 trains running from the potatoes into warehouse 8. We should have a few more doing that, shouldn't we? So let's double up on that as well. 2 more trains. Engineer. Absolutely. We will be using our conductors when we bring in Southampton. Now, there is one thing I want to check, and that was the routing. I believe this was mentioned in the comments. We've got a lot of freight trains running through Oxford, and I don't believe they should be. They're ignoring, there we go, our bypass line, which is what all of this shenanigans was supposed to be for. Which one was it? This one, to the warehouse. Yeah, this is routed all sorts of incorrectly. It goes through Oxford and then into the warehouse when we have a perfectly good bypass line just here, which is what that was designed for. And so after the fattening, could you go that way? After the warehouse, could you go that way? Perfect. Now what we can do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Have loads of trains taking milk into our warehouse here. so that we can start making some cheese over this way. We've got cheese over at warehouse 8 as well, which doesn't make much sense until Oxford can make it. But they've got this nice little connection here where if we do this right, or if we have done this right, this line should be able to slide in up here somewhere. There we go. That might be a bit too far. Oh, it's beautiful. What a lovely connection that is. We will move the supply tower, though, to be in the middle of this triangle we are about to create. And what that does, it gives us a route into the warehouse with milk if we need it. But it also gives us a way to pass through the warehouse and maybe go to Northampton if we so desire. That one isn't necessarily required. This one, however, will be, because we can take milk then down to Brighton, possibly Dover if we wanted to, and it also gives us a nice place to set up our supply tower in the middle of this. Demolish that, get the signalling back in tidily, beautiful, and now we have the perfect place for a supply tower right in the middle there. And then we've got a nice trio of supply towers. So let's set up some milk heading into Brighton. Freight only. And we'll wait until full. Hopefully we've got enough milk to go around. We'll get you and we'll stick a refrigerated car on there so that we make more money. I don't know whether we'll need more than that. It's going to take a little while for him to get a spot in the warehouse here, because we have a lot of trains heading out that way. I'm going to spend the money. We have a fortune, so now would be the perfect time to get an analyst. A market crier. I'll tell you what, more money is more money. Safety will do. Here's the question. Can we buy any more shares in Dock? We can. It's going to be pricey. If we spend 17 million, we get another 4%. That takes us up to 88%. Only 12% to go, and he is all ours. Still a bit of money in the bank. We've got to keep it there just in case an analyst shows up. Oh, I just noticed, guys, we don't have a maintenance yard on that station. That was sneaky. And that was ease the congestion over at their destinations that might have a maintenance yard on them. How many trains do we have running this? Just the 2. That should be fine. Is there any way to get... What are you stealing? Oh, our research. You do what you want, Doc, on that. In that regard, it's going to be pointless for you. We need to get one from Brighton into Warehouse 4, which might be a little tricky. It does require us to head through London. There's no neat way to do it unless... No, I wouldn't like you heading round that way. So let's just see what the game decides. Well, actually, it's not too bad. We turn around here. It's a little busy. We could maybe have a crossover to shorten that, but that might create more issues than just having it spin round down here. Yeah, that'll be fine, won't it? Be fine. Freight only. We'll get you going to the warehouse, and we'll stick an engineer on you. Why not? And we'll duplicate you. The second train won't be requiring too much, but you might be getting a bunch of stuff from down here. Who's supposed to be sending in whiskey? Was I supposed to be having someone making whiskey? Or is that Oxford? What does whiskey take? That's wood, isn't it? Oh, it might be Oxford. But you can't get grain very easily. Yeah, we need someone making whiskey. That could be... Oh, I don't know, guys. Whiskey's a tough one. Mainly for the grain. Who did we have grow? Dumfries. We're not really bothered about Dumfries. That's Doc's territory. I'm surprised they're growing. Yeah, whiskey. That means I had a plan to bring whiskey into here somehow. Oh, was it going to be Norwich? And then I changed the plan. Do you know? I know this is expensive. How much would that cost us to demolish? Only 300,000. Possibly. I'll tell you what, let's hook up because it's a fairly straightforward and nice connection, something for Peterborough that will give us another way in to this whole side of the network here, including Birmingham. It is not direct to Oxford, which is fine, but it is an extra line, and then we can have that line that heads off from here, sort of like it. If we can get the room. Boy, it's so tight, isn't it? I think we can get the room though, especially into there. If we just finagle this a little better. Well, we'll go with 6%. That should be fine, as long as we can make the junction. Perfect. I know there's buffers there, but we don't need to worry about that. That does give us a few options now for this side of the map. Get you all signalled up nicely. There we go. And tidy up the signals just there. Perfect. And we'll get a supply tower on the Peterborough branch. And this is, I mean, this could go to... yeah, that could go to Cambridge and access to Warehouse 4. We have access to Warehouse 4 if we pass through the estate here from Oxford, should we want to, which I think we do. But first off, let's get us a train from that warehouse into Peterborough so we can start delivering spam to that side of the network. Freight only, it doesn't need to be waiting until full. We'll just have a couple of trains doing that. I saw that something grew over there. Was it Nottingham? Nottingham. Lovely. Let's get you a museum. And let's upgrade your paper production. Do we have a train running to Leeds from here? Everywhere but Leeds by the looks of things. Yeah, you need a mixed train or even a freight train. But we'll go... Should we go freight? We'll go mixed. You choose. It's all about making money, isn't it? We've got whiskey up here. Yeah, we definitely need whiskey. Freight only? No, you know, we will stick. I thought about it for a second and then I decided against it. And then we'll have one doing the reverse so you can start taking some stuff down to Nottingham. It's surprising, isn't it, that Nottingham grew? Well, they could have everybody on board, couldn't they? So let's get rid of some of the... Or not get rid of them. Let's hire some of these conductors, shall we? Yeah, Hull to Nottingham's another one we could have a conductor on. There we go. Any others? That's freight only. Yeah, this one can have a conductor on. Yeah, do you know, this is a tough call, guys. It really is. It really is. It's to go to Warehouse 4, which I think was ideally going to be the whiskey. I just completely forgot about the whiskey. I mean, well, one of these should make it, perhaps. Brighton. Brighton can make whiskey, can't they? Yes, because we've got the grain here. No one's making planks, though. Are we delivering planks anywhere? No, see, but... Oh, yes, Southampton was supposed to make the planks. It's Brighton, guys. I figured it. Right, you don't have to change what you're doing, but you should possibly drop off some furniture for us. Because we don't have a train running this line, do we? No, not to Norwich. So, could we get in there tidily? I mean, yes. It's a fairly tidy run, isn't it? We've separated our trains down here, so it'll be perfectly fine to go from that station into there. And we've only got one at the moment, so we'll stick like 4 on, I guess. Would be fine. Freight only. Let's get you running. And we'll duplicate you. There goes all of our furniture, which is going to be extra money for all of the trains that are running through there, including Brighton and Dover. Right, you are on max. You are not on max, but not nearly stressed at all. Is this the Peterborough train? I'm going to go more. More on the Peterborough train, please. Let's just check on the state of play here. You are short on iron, are you? Oh, and this is not upgraded fully either. So we'll upgrade you. Iron. Yeah, well, that might be the case. You could do with an upgrade. And I think we've only got one train running this. So yes, this is going to be perfect. Right, get another one running that. And do we have a slight shortage on salt? Well, do you know what we could do? We could buy some more shares. Since the analyst is failing to appear, how much can we buy? Probably not much, but another 4% takes us to 92%, guys. Only 8% to go. How many trains do we have running to Dover now? We have 4 running to Dover. We have ridiculous amounts running into Norwich, but they're all full, which is lovely. Are you getting enough wood now? Still not. Still not. Well, okay. I mean, I'm happy to keep adding trains onto here. Another 10 million in the bank. Or we've got 10 million in the bank. We can't take any bonds out. So, another 4... another 2%. 6% to go. The countdown is on. And we're good there with our furniture. Norwich actually has a place to supply furniture now, which is absolutely marvellous. Who is this that has grown? Oxford. Oxford has grown. What are Oxford making? That's right, cheese. Get lots of cheese underway. We'll set you up a milk train. They already have a train running into the warehouse, so they'll just start passing that cheese off down to our warehouse 8 there. How many trains do we have running into Oxford? None yet, so that's good. We can set those up right now. And we'll set them up to be freight only. Wait until full. Refrigerator cars and a security guard. Look at that. Lots of money there. I don't think money's going to really be an issue, but we're doing it anyway. I love this little connection we've got around here that bypasses London. It's kind of lovely. Brighton, how are you doing with your cheese? Not cheese, milk. You're getting no cheese yet. You could technically have a train that runs up into there. You could, couldn't you now? Brighton, yeah, why doesn't Brighton run up to that warehouse? Why not? In fact, start at the warehouse and come back. We're taking stuff backwards and forwards, but it doesn't matter. After the warehouse, you go that way, don't you? Warehouse 8, is that right? No, that's in the wrong place, isn't it? Is that supposed to be up there? That's supposed to be up there. Then after Brighton, you go that way, and then that takes you out the way of London. And freight only gets you up and running. You're going to be taking a mixed bag, so we don't need to worry about a refrigerator unit on you. And we've got 7 million in the bank again, guys. I'm going to make this a long episode by the looks of things. We're almost there. 5% away. Yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of fast forwarding and a bit of editing to make it not 15 hours long, but quite the finale, as we could do it in one go. There are probably parts of our network that are just not fully running to their capacity. Yes, like this, for instance. You're not getting nearly enough sheep's wool. An accountant, of all the people, we don't really need you unless you stick green arrows everywhere, which you don't. Did I ever double up on this train? No, I didn't. Yeah, sausage. Right, do that. You're in platform whatever that is, so we'll just change you to be in the empty platform 1. Perfect. And then we'll duplicate that train. Yeah, we'll duplicate you. And then you can start out in the other platform, and that should be your cloth situation sorted. We'll get you a little bit of a boost. How are we doing on coal? Do you know, we never hooked this up. They could be having coal, and that's more easy money, isn't it? Do you need coal? You do. Look at that. I mean, we sort of started it and never finished it. All we have to do is that and have a little tunnel. Given our funds these days, that's like the easiest connection in the world. Right, get you set up. That was a nice one. It'll help Hull grow. For whatever reason, we don't have a signal in the way down here because we already did that. It's a little bit rough around here, but doable. We'll have to upgrade our coal ready for our new service. We'll upgrade the station. Why not? Let's add us a new service from Gordon Mine down to Hull. Freight only. Wait until full. Get yourself some coal. Beautiful. There we go. There's a lot more money on the way there. So we should be delivering some of these now. Why you're saying you're not making enough? It's probably more you don't need any whatsoever. Or you're overburdened with it. I don't know what we should stick in here beyond what we are sticking in there. We should have tools in here, shouldn't we? Oh, we don't, you silly man. Well, there you go. Stick some tools in there. Why don't we have tools in there? There we go. Maximize the tools. You're on max. You're not getting enough steel, but that was a hiccup on my part. We weren't really making enough. We're still not getting enough iron. Really? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't mind sticking 3 trains on, doing that tiny little run if you're going to fill up with iron, which you are. Look at all that money. Did we send a train running to Peterborough from here? We did. We got 2 trains running that little line. And we've got the Oxford train to set up. That's right. Into Warehouse 4. Not Oxford. Yeah. Well, Oxford? Yeah, Oxford. That should be fine, shouldn't it, to go into there? Yeah, we'll just run through our station there. We don't have any trains technically waiting there. Only to load up occasionally. And freight only. We'll get you going. I don't know what you're going to drop off in there or pick up. It doesn't matter. But we should start to be seeing some stuff appear. There we go. There's our furniture. We've got loads of spam in there, surprisingly. Do we have a train running into London from here? Do you know what? We don't, you silly man. Right, you go run into there. Perfect. Freight only. Even more money for us. That's what it's all about, isn't it, at the end? You can just keep throwing trains on existing lines that need it. And, I didn't build it. I didn't see it, guys. I didn't see it, but you know what we do have? That's right. He built a publisher's, though. That was partly what I was thinking. But we have an auctioneer in our back pocket, so we're just going to take that from underneath him, and we're going to change it to whiskey, isn't it? Isn't this the place that has whiskey? Yes, because you got your grain over there, and Southampton was supposed to be making wood. I don't think we're going to get around to it. We'll stick it in there anyway, just to make me happy. You should get your planks from somewhere around the area. Would you like me to just quickly set up a station in Southampton so they are connected? We could run a couple of trains, couldn't we? It wouldn't hurt. And we'll get you a train running, because why not? In fact, we'll get you a couple of trains running. We'll have you run into London Fishing Village. No, we're a little busy. Fishing Village. We are busy though, aren't we? That doesn't really help us, I don't think. I don't think anything they've done. No, Doc, just buy it. No one wants your cement factory. It's way out the way of what we're doing. Automatic. Lovely. You run into London. Congratulations on your cement factory. You are automatic. You are taking a lot of freight. Who did we get? An accountant. Doesn't help us. Mediator. Not worth it. Let's set us up another train from Southampton to Brighton. We'll have that automatic as well. No one to put on there. We'll have another train set up from Southampton to Oxford. We'll need a connection for that, but I'm going to put it in. Put it on automatic, and we'll make us a little branch heading off up there from this side. I mean, I guess we could share that. We don't really need the money, but we'll have a couple of dual bridges heading across the way there. That's lovely. I'd like that. Yeah, there we go. That's heading up into Oxford now. Spot on. Re-signal our junction work up here. We don't need one after the junction on that side or that side. Do you take a tidier route to Oxford? You do. Look at that. It's marvellous. So our new line here got very busy very quickly. It was always planned. Can we buy some more shares? I mean, I could have kept buying his shares instead of expanding. We do have whiskey underway, and apparently he has enough stuff for it, so that's nice. And yeah, that should all be taken down to warehouse 4. We probably need way more trains running down here. King's Cross only has 1 running into there. I'll tell you what, we'll have another one. Why not? Do we have a train running into Cambridge from warehouse 8? We do not. Let's have you up and running. I mean, even if we did, it doesn't really matter, does it, to have another one? Yeah, it's all more money as providing you are full. Do we have? No, we don't. There we go. Have you spawned yet? Or are we just dropping off on that platform? We are dropping off on that platform. Our money is going up so fast. It's lovely to see, isn't it? Right, more shares. 4% to go. And counting. I tell you what, guys, I think it's time we can hit fast forward and then just buy out Doc. Right, fast forward. Let's watch our network. It's just going, isn't it? Full on. Look at our money going up on full speed. I never really play it at this speed because I'm always worried about whether we're going to hit some sort of target. But now, it's just like train after train after train flying through and stopping at Oxford. And it's just like clockwork, isn't it? Ignore all the random breakdowns. Sure, we'll pay it. I mean, we've got enough money, haven't we? Right, what did we get personnel-wise? Anything of use? An inventor. I mean, no. Spy, we don't need. Inventor is useless to us. And a mediator, but not really required. How many shares can we buy in Mr. Doc here? Another 2? We're so close, guys. 2% to go. Let's whack that fast forward. In fact, let's sit somewhere else, shall we? Another busy part of the network. I would imagine around London is quite busy. And we can see our trains scooting around the network over here. And take a look at Big Ben. You can hear them all. We want to get over so we can see all the stations, possibly. There we go, that should do. No freight. You're ruining my view of my wonderful network running like clockwork. And it is as well, isn't it? It's marvellous. We've got all the stuff down on the south coast as well. I believe that's it, guys. I believe we are good to go. Moment of truth. Can we buy out Doc? Let's take it to 100%. You cheeky sausage. And nothing a fast forward can't solve. There you go. You're gone. You are now in possession of 100% of Doc's shares. And we are absolutely loaded. In addition, shares worth 0 now. And we have 370 million in the bank, which means we can also do this. And we are debt-free. Debt-free. Nearly $250 million in the bank. What is our company value? $1.5 billion almost. And it was gold. A 100% gold tick series playthrough. I love it. Oh, that was exciting. Right. Say farewell to the UK. Where we're heading next, nobody knows. It might even be Railway Empire 2. I doubt it. I think we can possibly squeeze in another playthrough. It has been asked if I could do the Great Lakes. Should we pick a train to ride on? Something heading through our network would be kind of lovely. Guys, I have set us up a mixed train that runs all the way from Kensington Olympia in London to Manchester. And we'll be on board for however long we stay on board. There's the tunnel heading to the warehouse. This has been a fun series. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time. It's great to see some new faces watching, and obviously everyone else who enjoys my Railway Empire playthroughs. But hopefully some more to come before Railway Empire 2, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, would it, if Railway Empire 2 was the next series I did. No idea on when that's going to be released. But we end today as president. We also are debt-free, and we have no competitors left on the map. Plus, probably easily now worth $1.5 billion. That is fantastic. Look at that money in the bank, creeping up to $250 million in cash, which is amazing. Guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.